Hey everyone, so I had a friend of mine post a video request for me. She wanted to know what are the pros and cons to being slim, to being thin, right? Now, first off, I don't really consider myself a slim or thin type of person, but it depends on your take, okay? I'm 6'3", I'm 225 pounds, I have a large build, I have broad shoulders, my legs genetically are very muscular. Now, my body fat would allude to the fact that I'm slim and thin, because it hovers right around 12 to 13% usually, which is athlete level. But I consider myself lean more than anything else. I just call myself lean. When I think of someone who's slim and thin, I usually think of somebody who doesn't have a whole lot of muscle definition to them. They're usually small boned. Not to say that they're scrawny or weak by any means, but I think of somebody who has a small structure to them, and I have a very large structure. So anyways, the pros of being slim, and these are from what I've noticed. Now, these are coming from me and my experiences, right? Now, somebody who's been thin their whole life, their pros and cons could be vastly different from mine, right? The most obvious one of all is that you feel healthier all around when you're thin, okay? You're not carrying around all that excess weight, okay? You're more active and you're more agile. You don't get as tired from physical exercise as you do when you're overweight. All that's a given, all right? Also, when you're thin, you're more accepted by people, you're less judged by society, and it's very sad, but that just kind of comes with the territory of being overweight. You stand out like a sore thumb when you're really obese, like I was, and people look at that and they judge you, and that's, like I said, it's sad, but that's just the way it is. Also being able to find clothing that fits, being able to fit in airplane and movie theater seats is easier. I mean, trust me, when you're overweight, flying is a bitch. I've flown a couple times when I was at my peak, at my highest weight, and it is very uncomfortable. From the time you get on the plane, when you're sitting next to somebody and you're hovering in their space, and you're watching every little move, and then you go to put the seatbelt on and it doesn't fit, and then you have to ask for the extension, and that's embarrassing. So trust me, I've been there. It is embarrassing. It's not fun. It's not enjoyable. Making friends and meeting people is easier. I've noticed that people are less intimidated by my appearance now that I'm half the person that I used to be. Again, that's just what I've noticed. The dating world really starts to open up. The opposite sex notices you more. They check you out more. You become more confident with yourself. You just feel all around better and happier when you're in shape. You just do. You can't help it. On the flip side, the cons, there aren't really cons to being slim per se that I've come across, because being slim and fit is ideal. It's kind of what we're all striving for. It's ideal. It's what we are all attaining for, right? We all want to be in shape. But there are cons to being slim by way of weight loss, okay? Let me say that again. There's cons to being thin by way of weight loss. Let me explain that. When you lose a lot of weight like I did, right? I lost about 240 pounds, okay? Those fat cells don't disappear, okay? They actually just shrink down. Now, this is what I was told by my plastic surgeon, and I've also read about it online here and there and whatnot, and I've heard it over the years. So with that being said, if I eat anything fatty at all, or anything with sodium, with a lot of salt in it, I put it on overnight, like that. I do. I could go on vacation for 3 days or do a weekend getaway, and I have a couple cheat meals here and there throughout the weekend, still keeping vegan, but eating a little higher fat, a little more sodium in there. I'll put on like 6 to 8 pounds in a weekend, easily, just in like 2 or 3 meals. That's how bad. That's how fast my body puts it on. Like it wants to grab it, latch onto it, and not let it go. And that is one of the downsides of losing a lot of weight, is that those fat cells are still there, and they just want to be revamped. They're waiting to be revamped and to be used again. And I'm not kidding. I literally will put on like I put on as much as like 9 pounds in like 3 days, just from eating some foods that I'm not used to eating. That's the way it is, and that's something that you kind of have to accept. I've had to accept with losing all that weight. Okay. Another con, because I lost so much weight, and I'm now used to being slim, right, lean. I have a fear of gaining it all back. I do. It does happen to some people. We've all heard those stories of people losing 100 pounds, 150 pounds, or 200 pounds, and then falling off and gaining all that weight back, right? Somehow they just fell off the wagon and they gained it back, and now they're back to square one, and sometimes even in worse condition than where they were when they first started their diet to begin with, right? And I think I kind of understand. At first, I was like, well, how could you do that? How could you gain all that weight back when you lost all that weight, right? Well, now that it's been about 1.5 years since all my weight loss, right? I've been able to maintain it for 1.5 years. I kind of understand now how that can happen, and I think it comes down to 3 things. One, let's be honest here. I think a lot of it comes down to laziness. Laziness with diet, laziness with your exercise regimen. And second of all, I think it comes down to your lack of motivation, your dedication to sticking with whatever diet plan you were on, whatever lifestyle you were on and following. And thirdly, I think that it comes down to just forgetting about where you started, where you came from. And there's been times in the last couple months, last 3-4 months or whatever, where I get a little bit lazy with my diet. Again, I don't stray away from being vegan, but there's times where I kind of have a little cheat meal here and there, or I kind of forget about where I came from. I lose that that motivation I once had, because that pink cloud, so to speak, that pink cloud of, oh, the weight's off and I did it, rah, it's kind of gone now. I'm now in that maintenance phase of weight loss, where now you just got to maintain your results. Okay. So what I do to keep myself going is, I do things like this. I create videos. I talk to people online. I network with people who are interested in this lifestyle, and it keeps me grounded. And I do things like I'll look at my before and after photos once in a while, just to remind myself, hey man, that's where you used to be. Do you really want to go there again? Do you really want to be that guy? Do you really want to be 465 pounds? Do you want to be out of shape? Do you want to feel like you're on the verge of a heart attack every single day? No. You got to put yourself in check. I put myself in check quite often. Oftentimes when I'm getting down, or and I see myself splurging on some foods. Like, you know what, man? Got to get that discipline right. You got to put yourself in check. That's what I do anyway. Now I've maintained, like I said, what I've lost for over 1.5 years. So I'm over that window. I'm out of that window. I'm over that hump. But I'm always micromanaging what I'm eating, right? I do cheat once in a while. I mean, not all the time, but I watch what I eat like a hawk. I know what foods I can eat. I know what foods I can get away with. I know what foods I cannot get away with. Okay. I know what's going on in my body at all times. I like to have that control, and I have my body down to a science. I do. Like I said, not only do I know what foods work and what don't work, I can tell when I've gained 2 or 3 pounds. I really can. And I can tell when I'm holding on to a little more water weight than I did the day before. I'm really, really in tune with my body. And I think that comes with weight loss and sticking to such a healthy diet. When I start putting some bad foods in there, I really feel it. I kind of feel kind of crummy. I don't feel like it's energized, and I feel like I might be bloating, or I might have put on a few pounds. It just kind of comes. It comes with it. It comes with the high carb vegan lifestyle. It does become borderline obsessive sometimes, but I think that's a good thing. I think that you need to have that control over your diet. I'm the kind of person who does. I need to be in control, because otherwise I've seen what happens if I'm not. I've been on the other side of the fence, and I know what it's like when I'm not in control, when I'm letting the food control me. Okay, it's okay. I had to tell myself it's okay to be selfish. It's okay to put my health first, right? And I think that's an issue that a lot of people have on diets and on this lifestyle, is that You know, they got to cook for their husband, their wife, their boyfriend, their girlfriend, their kids. You know, they have all these outside influences. But you got to remember to put yourself first. It's okay to put yourself ahead of others. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, it's and what it comes down to is that it's your health, not theirs. Okay? It's your health. Nobody else's, right? Like when I embarked on this weight loss journey, it was about me. It's about just getting those results, about getting the weight off, being happy. I wanted to live and be happy. And that's what that's what I preach, and I want people to adopt this lifestyle, to get on board and to, you know, live a happy, healthy life. You know, I know what it's like. I know what it's like to struggle. I know what it's like not to be slim and thin or lean or whatever, right? I know what it's like to be overweight, unhealthy, and unhappy. So, you know, so there's nothing wrong with being selfish. Remember, it's your health, not theirs. You know, now someone who's been thin their whole life and hasn't been on both sides of the fence like I have, you know, they're more likely they're gonna have different perspective. Like I was saying, these viewpoints, these opinions are based off of what I've seen. So I just wanted to make that clear. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all the feedback and all the love I've gotten on YouTube, on Facebook. It really means the world to me. So you guys keep commenting. I'll keep putting out videos. All right. Thanks for watching.